naked. This is me, naked, unclothed, undressed, under the light of all the God you dare imagine, waiting to be touched with as many versions of the truth as you can conjure up in your turned off mind. This is me. Give me your theory. Give me your opinion. Give me your truth. Give me your big, bad, holy book. Let me know exactly what tried and tested faith keeps you asleep. This is me, hungry for the prices of hidden, looking for the man who wrote the superhighway code so that I can rob his richness. He got insurance, he got the state. Let me get him. I want to find game show hosts and put the bastards on trial. I want to kill educated ignorance. This is me, revolting in front of you. I am not much, but I give a damn. Lovers look at me, haters look at me as I exhibit my love and my fury on this desperate stage. This is me naked. I love being naked. I look at my naked self and I know that I was made for nakedness. I see my neighbors naked. I see booted and suited men naked. I see women in purdah naked. And all the priests and politicians who I despise are naked, looking at the truth, facing reality, having to deal with themselves, by themselves. Praise the gods for the black, brown, white, fat, thin, one-legged, blind, bent on uneven naked bodies. Praise the female gods and the older gods for the naked body beautiful. This is me. I hate this government as much as I hated the one before it, and I have reason to believe that I will hate the one to come. I may be vulnerable. I may not have the education of my critics or the wealth of my arresting officers, but I have never felt the need to wear a uniform in order to break laws. And I have never felt the need to eat dead bodies in order to feel like a good human being. This is me. Naked. This is me. Naked. When I wrote Too Black, Too Strong, I really just wanted to let myself go. A poet always wants to do that, but I really wanted to open up, and especially with the poem Naked, what I was trying to do there was bring the personal, the political, the social commentary all together in one poem. When I see a woman in purdah, I think, underneath she's a woman, forget the cloth and all that stuff. She's a woman. When I see priests and politicians, I wonder, what do they think? And what do they think when they see women? You know, all these things go on in my head, and I'm just not afraid to talk about it, and so that's what I was trying to do in that poem. I hate this government as much as I hated the one before it, and I have reason to believe that I will hate the one to come. It's basically just me saying, I don't trust governments anymore. When Cameron says, you know, state multiculturalism is dead, and now he wants to promote muscular liberalism or whatever it was, I just say rubbish. Look, I don't really like state multiculturalism either. Multiculturalism for me is an organic thing. It's something that happens naturally. It's been happening all the time. The idea that they can stop it actually is a crazy idea. Britain's always been multicultural. The Angles, the Sacs, the Juts, the Celts, the Normans, all different cultures. It seems to me that what's happened now is that a lot of the people who are bringing new culture to Britain are dark-skinned, and a lot of people are trying to say that the debate about multiculturalism has nothing to do with racism. I don't believe them. Many of them start their sentences with, I'm not a racist, but, and then they say the most racist things in the most diplomatic way, but it's still racist. Britain, by definition, is multicultural, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. What angered me at the time I was writing that book with all the cases of either racist attacks or deaths in custody was simply the amount. I mean, there were many. When Stephen Lawrence was killed, there was a couple of other murders not very far from where he was murdered around the same time. There are very special, particular reasons why we know about Stephen Lawrence now and why people are still talking about it. And those reasons are about Doreen and Neville Lawrence and their tenacity and their steadfastness. But there were other people that were killed who a lot of the mainstream newspapers just didn't pick up at all. And it was just the amount, the response of the police to these cases. being somebody who came out of the 70s and saw the political struggle then into the 80s, when I was writing Too Black, Too Strong, I really thought that by now I would be just writing comedic verse. I wouldn't need to be writing this stuff. I thought it would all be over and done with by now. I mean, we're never going to get rid of racism, but what people were then calling institutional racism, I thought it would have gone. I wrote Too Black, Too Strong, or it was published in 2000. And I think it would be wrong to say in terms of race relations and multiculturalism that nothing has changed. But I think when it comes down to dealing with the police and the prison service, I really think nothing has changed. In some ways, it's gone worse. I mean, my cousin died in police custody. The amount of cover-up that was involved in this, in his case, was just outrageous. And I think one of the things that hurts me more than anything is that we know it happens, but there's not the kind of public outcry that I think there should be. These are our public servants. And maybe I feel it worse now because a long time ago, I was just a street poet, just hustling, earning a little bit of money here and there. Now I pay tax. Now I look at them and say, I pay your wages. And as I said in the Stephen Lawrence poem, why are we paying for a police force that will not work for us? If I want to buy a piece of machinery and it doesn't work, I either want my money back or I certainly won't buy it or I certainly won't rent it or whatever, I just don't want it. Yet, I as a black man living in this age, unfortunately, I don't trust the police.